Hey everybody, it's me again, Carol with Function Crafts, and I'm bringing you a video today. I'm going to be altering this white pumpkin. The only thing I'm not doing on camera today is the painting of the pumpkin, because I want to get started with it right away, and so I painted it yesterday. And the paint that I use for really pretty much all of my stuff is this. It's Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2x Ultra Cover Paint and Primer. And this is just a flat white. I like to use the flat paint. It covers super good, usually in the first spray. So I don't normally have to put additional coats of this on anything that I do. Even when it has like dark undertones in images on the item itself, I don't generally have to put another coat, unless maybe it's a lot of black or really dark colors. Sometimes it will poke through, but for the most part, this is the best spray-on paint that I've found. I get it at Home Depot, and they almost always have it. So this is my favorite. This is what I use. You can go and find any other kind of spray paint, but I think the good thing about this is it's an ultra cover, and it does have the primer and the paint, and it really does. The 2 times is true to its words. Anyway, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be altering this little pumpkin. And I'm going to be making it in a Shabby Chic finish. So I'm going to show you a couple of pumpkins that I did in the past. When my son was getting ready to have his first baby, we did a baby shower, and they were doing it sort of in fall sort of motif. So he asked me to make the centerpieces for the tables, and so I made some of the orange pumpkins, and I had some that were already painted orange, and then I had some that were like this pumpkin that were in just a paper mache, just the brown paper mache. So anyway, doing these in fall, and I know succulents are super popular right now, so I decided to do a succulent motif in their centerpieces. These are not the ones that I did, but I will show you what I did for them. So this is one of them. This is just a small pumpkin that I did with the succulents, and it came out so cute. They all really did. I just love them. With these, because I was using them as centerpieces, I put little wooden pieces at the bottom so they wouldn't tip over or roll or fall. And this is a smaller one, and if you can see, if you look really close up, let me find it. I did put one of these little ladybugs on every one of them that I did. And so I went ahead and I was able to keep these after I did the baby shower. These were ones that I made after the fact, but let me show you. I've got a couple of them that that I did. This is a big one, and you can see all these are faux succulents that I used. I got them on Amazon, and again, there's my little ladybug. Where is she? There's my little ladybug. I gotta show you. They're little glass ladybugs, and I got those at a little local store, local to me, that had them, and I thought, oh my goodness, how cute would those be on the pumpkin centerpieces. So I did put those on them. But if you can see just how beautiful these came out. These were really expensive to make. I have them in my Etsy shop for sale if anybody's interested in purchasing one. And then this is a taller one. I'm going to back you off just a second so that you can see really what this looks like. let me just, my camera here. Okay, and so this is the taller one that I made. And again, it's got, I had my husband cut 8-inch circles out of wood so that I could make them for the centerpieces and they wouldn't fall. And then this one has a little yellow ladybug on it, if you can see that. See how cute it is? I love those ladybugs, and I haven't seen them since, so I'm glad I had bought some. I have a few left. But these are the ones that I made as the centerpieces, and again, these are all faux succulents. And they came out super pretty, and I'm super proud of these. And again, I do have these some of these in my Etsy shop for sale if you're interested. The thing is when I made them, it was sort of at the end of the fall season. So everybody was kind of not doing much with the fall stuff anymore. So I had to just put them in there, and I've had to wait to sell them. But that's okay too. I'm sure they'll probably go relatively quickly once once the, it gets around July, August, people will start wanting the fall stuff again. Okay. Let me get just a tad bit closer on this so that you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. I don't want to get too close though. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and show you guys what I planned for this one. This one's going to be in a Shabby Chic motif. That's why I painted the pumpkin white. I have another one here that I'm going to be doing as well. It's a tall, skinny one, so you can see this one's sort of fat and stubby, and this one's tall and skinny here. So anyway, I have two of these left that I'm gonna alter, but I'm just gonna do this one today. So what I have here to do this with, and obviously I won't use everything that's in front of me, but I wanted to make sure I had plenty of things to choose from. Of course, I've got my spare glue sticks so that I'll have enough of that and I don't run out. You need to make sure you have a pair of scissors. I've got my little needle nose pliers and my nippers, just in case. I have some little crystals that I got from my friend Kim that are absolutely gorgeous and sparkly. I'll be putting some of these around on it. I have a little string of pearls that these were sent to me by one of my subscribers. She sent me a package full of goodies, and this happened to be in it. And I've got a couple of appliques. Don't know, if I'll use them or not. I probably will use at least one of those. And then I've got some other lace bits. I've got these little lace butterflies. And this is, these I got from Kiki's sale. Debbie over at Kiki's sale always has a lot of really, really pretty lace items. And this here is from some corners that she almost always has in her store. I'm trying to see if this is actually one that I've already cut into. And I don't see my other one. I know I had another whole one here somewhere. Anyway, so I'm going to be definitely using this in it. And it was perfect the way that it was cut, because I'm probably going to have it sort of hanging off the side, something like that somewhere. And then I've also got some other lace bits and pieces here that I took out specifically to possibly use in this project. So I tried to be as prepared as possible. I have some other, these are just some pink flat back pearls. I've got these, which I thought I might be able to use somewhere in it. Again, whether I will or not, I'm not sure. And then I have my bag of flowers and things that I'm going to be using. So I'm prepared today, you guys. So let's go ahead and get to it because I don't know how long this video is going to take. The other thing that I want to do, I'm waiting on some napkins that I'm getting from Kiki's sale. That this one I think I'm going to Mod Podge with those particular napkins because they're absolutely gorgeous. And so this one will be a Mod Podge project that I'm going to do as soon as I get those napkins from Kiki's sale. And then I have also this little bit. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but it's super pretty. Got this from a little local store that I shop at and get some of my craft supplies from. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take my rubber band off of my little lacy bits here that are off to the side so I can easily get to them. I also have some little inspirational words and things on these little chipboard pieces, and so I might use something from there on this as well, just to put at least one little inspirational thing on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I'm debating here, I'm thinking I might want to, well, no, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my lace. And what did I do? Oh, goodness. I don't know why I put this over here. I've got this that you guys know is from my very favorite lace that I've got, and I've been hoarding this piece. This is sort of the edge of the lace that I got, and the reason I've been hoarding this one is because it's the edge, and you can see it's got all this beautiful work on it, on top of the beautiful little roses and things that are in it. But it's so pretty, and I thought it would be perfect to kind of try and put, you know, around the pumpkin, sort of like that. So I don't quite know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get started with this because I definitely know that I want it to go into this pumpkin. I just have to see. I cut this piece already. I have another piece so that I can use it on the other pumpkin if I decide to, if it really, really comes out pretty. But I just want to make sure this is going to go around the entire thing. What I was thinking, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut these little sections out and use them that way, one at a time. So let me move my pumpkin so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just cutting, and I think I need to get just a tad closer so you can see what I'm doing. I keep doing this and then I think, oh my gosh, I got too close when I watch the videos. But then I do have people that say they like it being closer up because they can see what I'm doing. And I know some people watch the videos on their TV if they've got a smart TV, and some watch it on their phones or their laptops or their iPads and what have you. So it really kind of depends on what you're using to watch the videos as to how easy it is to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take these pieces and why don't we just cut a few of them out and get them ready here. And this one, and I'm cutting these out a little bit differently because you know how when you're cutting your lace pieces out, you kind of, one piece gets to be bigger and the next piece gets to be smaller, and you just have different looks to them. And then what I'll do is I'll decide really how many of these I'm going to actually use. Maybe I'll put them like, you know, put like 3 or 4 of them on there. So I'm just cutting the mesh around. And this one, I'm just going to go right here. And this is going to be a bigger one again. So I think maybe what I'm going to do is I'll probably use about 4 of these. And I'm going to probably use the big sections if I can get 4 of them out. I've got 1, 2, 3, and this is kind of a smaller one. So let me see how I'm going to do this. All right, and we've got a couple of little flowers there. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So there's 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. I think we're going to go with 4 of them. So I've got 2 bigger ones and 2 smaller ones that I'm going to use on here. And a lot of this at the top part of this is going to get covered up. So the main thing that we're looking to have hanging down is a bit of these flowers and then the pretty lacy part down below. So we'll put those aside and start one by one adding them to the pumpkin. And I'm just going to take and add my hot glue right across the roses there, and just kind of make sure I get them sort of evenly placed. And then I'm going to take and pull just a little bit on this portion so that it comes down over the pumpkin and hangs sort of like that. Isn't that pretty? And we'll go on to the next spot. And here I'll just use one of the smaller ones. I may actually end up using a lot of this now that I'm thinking of it. Because I can piece these. See, the problem was I was going to just kind of lace them around and use the whole thing. And then I realized that doing that, I was going to have to bunch it all up and everything. And I didn't want to have to do that because I don't want it all bunchy and weird looking. So, and at the top, like I said, flowers and things are going to cover a lot of this bit in the center up. So we're not too worried about what that's going to turn out like. This is really hard to do, you guys, so that you can see what I'm doing and the pumpkin is still in view. So again, I'm just taking and going across the top and sort of bunching it up a little bit. And then I'll take and put some glue right here. And I'm probably going to use about 2 more of these. Again, I'm going for one of the smaller ones here. And one more big one. And actually, I almost used all of it. And this one will fit perfectly right in this section here. So, put that on there. And put some on this section, and I'm just going to pull and lay it down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around and take each one of these pieces here, and I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue and press it down into the pumpkin. So I'm going to do that with each one of these points. And we'll do this one. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I kind of have the day to myself today to do what I want to do, and so I chose to work on some videos. I've got two that I know I absolutely plan on doing today. Of course, they won't both get uploaded today, but this is one that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I happened to be going through my stuff. I kept forgetting, and so I happened to be going through some of my stuff and saw one of my pumpkins, and I went, oh, I need to paint that. And so I painted it yesterday and got it all ready. Actually, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I think, and got it all ready so that I could do my video. I knew I was going to have the day to myself today, so I thought, okay, I'll just get this going. Okay, so we've got that worked all the way around the pumpkin. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love the way that lace looks. It's so pretty, and this white, I am almost out of. I have very little bit left of this white lace. And then I have like a gold, and I have a really deep dark purple that's super pretty. And I have a little bit of black, and I think like a champagne color. I've used mostly the white and the champagne, and I had like an ivory. So, I mean, Candace really sent me a lot of this lace, and so I've been able to use it in a lot of things, and I'm just so grateful. I'm sorry, I'm just getting some glue off my fingers here. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is I want to decide, okay, which part of this is going to be sort of my front and center, and then I'll start decorating around that. And I think this is going to be sort of my front side right here, this side right here. So I'm going to start just embellishing, and what I want to start with is I want to start with my flowers. One of the things I'm pretty sure I want to use on this is this gorgeous applique, and this is one that I made myself, and I just think it's really, really pretty, and it would add so much to this. But I want to get it kind of going over the side, kind of like that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this, because here's the thing. I do a lot of these videos, and I end up losing some of the bits that I put, underneath other items or other sections. And this particular thing, applique, I don't want to lose any of it. I want it to be prominent, and I want it to really show up on the pumpkin. So I'm going to put that on first and then work my flowers in the center so that they don't cover it up. And this is my bag of flowers. I'm just going to dump it out. I'm going to move some of my other stuff because I don't honestly, that I'm going to use at some point, but I don't honestly need to have them in front of me right now. So I'm just going to kind of move them over. Also, I think I'm going to put this piece sort of coming down, maybe right there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this piece on now. I'm just putting a little glue across the back of it, and I'm going to put that right there. I wish I had better lighting in this area that I'm working in. I just feel like you guys are not able to see as well as I would like you to. I'm going to uncover this light here. I think that's better. Maybe if I put that right up there, you guys will see better. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully that helped. So anyway, I'm just going to show you some of the flowers that I've got here. I've got some of my little handmade roses. I've got some leaves here. I have a little bundle of silk roses. I really, really like these. And so I want to put this little bundle on there somewhere. And then I've got a bunch of other paper roses and stuff that I'm going to be using. These I got from Kiki's sale. I've got this one. And then I took a couple of those same flowers. I took them outside and I sprayed a little more white on them because I wanted them to be more white than pink. But I wanted the pink to show through as well. So I just sprayed a little more white paint over the outside of them so that I could kind of alter them just a little bit. I have my applique that I did in my other video here. I was thinking about using it, but I don't think I'm going to. And then I have this little applique here that has the little, where is it? Oops. It has the little love charm on it right there. I might use that one because it's the right pinks. But I don't want to go too crazy on this. Sometimes I can tend to overdo it with my flowers, and I'm going to try and use some restraint on this one today, but who knows how it's going to turn out in the end. So looking at this so that I can see it, I want to just kind of see how I want to lay some of this stuff in. I'm going to put these leaves right about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and on the backs of these leaves and the stem, I'm going to get them down. And again, working to not cover this applique that I put on there. And I'm just going to add a little bit more glue here and there just to make sure that these leaves kind of look, I want them to kind of flow, and if I press them, if I press them down into the crevices, they kind of get that more natural flowy look to them. So I think this is going to be absolutely stunning, you guys. I'm super excited about this project. I have been since I kind of started thinking about it, and I've been looking around and trying to get some ideas on what I want to do with it. And so this is what I went through all of my flowers and my leaves and all that good stuff and just started going to town putting things together. Okay, And then, so next I'm going to use my little bundle of silk flowers, and those are going to go right on top of that leaf section there. So this I actually started, I was going to do like a boutonniere type thing, and then I just kind of put it away. I did that a long time ago, and I just kind of put it away and didn't do anything with it. I was wanting to try and do some more like wedding themed items in my Etsy shop. And I do have some items that I do now and then that kind of are more, you know, along with the wedding theme. I'm just pressing this down real hard. I want to make sure that I get that glue to set real well. So I'm pressing it down real hard. I want to hold on to it for a minute to get it to adhere real well. So that's what it looks like so far. Gorgeous. So next, what I'm going to add, I should say, I've got this bigger paper rose, and it's a pretty sturdy one. And I'm going to put that, I think, right there, I think. What I want to do is I want to keep the flowers sort of off to one side, because I'm also going to put a bow or something off to this side. So I want to make sure that I do this right the first time. I don't want to have to take anything apart or take it off. But what I'm thinking is I was planning on maybe using a piece of this lace to do a bow, but I just am not sure if I'm going to actually like it or not. But I'm thinking if I'm going to do a bow over here, I probably should do it now to tie it around. You know what? I'm not even going to tie it around the thing. I'll just make my bows and glue them down. It'll be easier for me in the long run, and I won't have to put them on now. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tie it around. So I'm going to go ahead and add this pretty pale pink flower right there. So, and just so that you guys know, I generally use Gorilla hot glue. I like the way that it works, and it holds things really well. Better than the other hot glues, I think. So that's what I use in all my videos, just as an FYI. I can put a link in the description box below so that you guys can see. I just order it on Amazon, and you guys can see, you know, the pricing and all that good stuff. So now I'm just going to start sort of adding. I have this one little sprig of little lacy baby's breath type flowers that I'm going to put in there somewhere, but those are going to go on very last, because I only have the one little sprig, and I want to make sure that I get them in there. So let me see what I've got here. I just want to see where I want to kind of place these other flowers. I'm going to put this one here. And I'm trying to keep this so that everything kind of works together. I don't want to go with a whole bunch of weird, you know, flowers and things that don't fit, don't work, or that just kind of crowd the whole thing. I like a lot of flowers, don't get me wrong. There will be a lot of flowers on this, but I don't want to go too far. And I do like to sort of build up my pieces. I'm going to use this little white flower here in that spot. And you can see I am sort of going over this applique a little bit, but I'm not covering anything that is on that applique. I do want to put just a dot of glue. Where's my, right in that spot there, because it feels like that flower needs to be adjusted. Oh, that wasn't good. Cheap toothpicks. All right. It wasn't, the bud in the middle wasn't pointing in the right direction. So I just wanted to get it pointing the way that I want it. And then I've got, of course, a couple of my roses that I've made. I'm going to use a couple of these in there for sure. I've got this pretty pink paper rose, and this is just a pale pink. Let's see. I think I'm going to put it right there. And let's see. Got one more of these little ivory flowers. I'm debating, do I want to, I think I'm going to put it right there. Right there. And when you're building something like this, you guys, I know it's one of those things that you can kind of get, you're afraid to do that glue down sometimes. It's like, oh gosh, do I really want to do this? Just, you know, at some point you just got to start building on it and trust your own style and judgment, and it'll turn out gorgeous in the end. It's just one of those things that you just have to go with your gut and enjoy every minute of what you're doing, of putting the project together. I'm covering up this big rose a little bit, but that's okay. It's still poking out here, and it'll still do what I want it to do. So again, I want to make sure that I don't go too far with this, but at the same time, I love my flowers and I love to embellish with them, and I want to make sure I get the right, I'm trying to get the right variation of pinks and things in there. So what do I want to do next? I have a couple of these tiny pink roses that I got from Kiki's sale. These are sort of some of my favorite little roses. They're a little bit bigger than some of the mulberry roses that I use, but they're not huge. I've almost used all of them up already that I got from Kiki's sale, and so I'm going to be out of them pretty soon, but that's okay. I'll get more. You guys really need to go over there and check out Debbie's shop there on Facebook, because she really does have some beautiful stuff. And I've been using her goodies for years now, and I just love using them. And then I think what I need to do is I need to go over to this side a little bit and get some of the lighter flowers in there, but I don't think I want to go too big. I might put that one there to kind of add to my little bunch right there. And I'm going to go with one of my lighter ribbon roses that I made. And if you want to see how to make these little ribbon roses that I make, I've made them in a couple of videos now. You can, I'll attach those videos to this one so that you can click on them if you'd like to see how these little roses are made. I did them in my applique video, and I also did one video where I strictly made these roses. I made them with a variegated ribbon. I wasn't as thrilled with the way that those roses looked, but it was what I had at the time. And I had learned how to make them, and I got so excited by it that I had to do a video. So I just did the video on what I had on hand at the time. And I really, really love them. Okay, I'm going to put... I'm going to put that little rose sort of at the tip. I like to go bigger to smaller. And this little flower, it's not a rose, but I want to use it in here. I'm going to just tuck it in right here at the top portion of the applique. So that's what we have so far, you guys. Isn't it gorgeous? And this will be kind of the front view of it, right here, the front part of it. And then I'll have a bow coming off to this side. So it'll be like, that's the front, and this is where the bow will be. So I think, honestly, I'm going to keep these two appliques out, but I think I have used all of the flowers that I'm going to use for right now. So I'm going to just kind of put these flowers aside and make myself some space. And you know what? I'm sitting here squeaking on this chair, and you poor people are having to listen to me squeak back and forth. I'm so, so sorry. I didn't mean to be a pest. I'm going to add just these two little roses here that I had kept aside. That one there. And then of course I have my little bundle of sort of baby's breath type flowers, and I want to have those kind of poking out right there. Ooh, 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 I love them. I love these, and this is one of the things I don't have any of, and I should probably be getting some, but it'll have to wait because money's tight right now, so it'll have to wait a little while, but I'm going to have to find some of these online somewhere and get them for my projects. I also have some bling here that I'm thinking about hanging from this somewhere. And then I have a couple of these other little hanging stamens that I'm gonna glue into a couple of spots here. So I'm gonna put a little bit right here. Oops. Get them both in there. And then I'm going to take this big, I think I'm going to use this big one. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this, no, I don't want to use that one. I'm going to take a smaller pearl and just kind of tuck it in where those stamens are coming out. And what I generally like to do when I'm gluing pearls into something is I take a toothpick and just poke it through the hole, and then I'll put a little bit of glue on that, tuck it back there, and hold on to it and just pull my toothpick out. I'm going to put 2 of these pearls in right there, and put a little bit more glue, and another pearl, and that looks really pretty. So, all right. And then this is something that I honestly can't say who sent this to me. I don't remember. I've had it for a little while. I think it might have been my friend Lorraine, but I'm not positive. So if you're the person that sent this to me and I got it wrong, please let me know so that I can acknowledge that. But it's super pretty. It's got a butterfly in the center, and then it's got these other pieces. So I will be cutting this up a little bit. I'm definitely going to be using some of this in this piece. The other thing that I am going to do, I have a couple of little white leaves here, and I got these from Kiki's sale. And I'm going to put a couple of these in somewhere here along the side. I'm going to cut off the wire. Let's see, where do I want you to poke out from? I might save those and put them in sort of at the last minute so that I can find a good spot to poke them into. I've also got these little tiny green ones, and I'm going to use these to go behind a couple of my my smaller flowers. I get these also from Kiki's sale, and they're super pretty leaves. Let me show you. They come on a little stem, but their coloring is what I'm saying. I really, really love the coloring in these because they've got a little bit of a, almost a reddish tint around the edge, but the coloring in them is super pretty, and they look very realistic. And so I really like using these with my smaller flowers. I'm going to tuck these in behind a couple of these little ones. Just going to put a little bit of glue there. I'm going to pull up that rose a little bit and just kind of pop it in there. And we're going to do that in a couple of places. I'm going to put one right there. And I'm going to put one, oh, I can't get it in, right there. Super pretty. I love these big leaves that I've got here. If you guys can see them, they're very silky. And they were on some flowers that I had bought a long, long, long time ago. And I came across them a few weeks ago and got so excited. I only had 2 groupings of these leaves, and these are the last ones I have. I wish I could find some more of them, but I don't know. I have no clue where I got them from or anything. So I had what I had, and that's it. Okay, one of the things that I want to do now is I want to look and see. I showed you in the beginning of the video, I've got these little pink pearls. And I was thinking, and I'm not sure if this is what I want to do or not, but I was thinking they might be pretty to use, just sort of maybe putting some down along these. The other thing I have is these, which are extremely pretty, and those would be gorgeous as well, but I'm not sure which. You know, I don't think I like the pink ones because it will add too much pink into the white pumpkin, but these, I think we're going to open this up and check it out. Because the other thing that I am definitely going to put on here is I'm going to string these pearls around the front section of this pumpkin. Got to have the pearls in there, which may actually end up knocking this out of the running, and I may use this on my other pumpkin, which is fine. But these have the sticky back. I buy these at a little local shop, and if you guys think that this is something you might like me to have in my store, they're super pretty. And I could get some and offer them in my store so that you can use them in some of these projects if you're doing some projects similar to this one. And I'm going to try and get behind this here and do this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to go ahead and lay this one inside that little crevice there. And where am I going with this? And that's kind of what that looks like, and I really like it. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with this and use it. I'm going to go just slightly under, and hopefully, I know I have enough of this that I can go around the entire pumpkin, I think. I hope so. So we're just going to go around. I'm going to lift. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Well, I'm just going to lift that a little bit. And what I need to do is I need to put some hot glue down as well. And I'll lay that in there. And down we go. And then I'll just glue that over the top. Nobody saw that. There we go. And I'm going to cut that off right about the same way I did the other one. If I can get my scissors in there to cut. There we go. And I'm sorry, you guys, I know this is probably going to be a bit of a long video, but hopefully it'll be worth it for you. I think it is, honestly. I know if somebody was doing this and I was watching it, it would definitely be worth it to have it be a long video. I would sit through the whole thing. Okay, so that kind of gives you a better idea. And I'm just starting it sort of under the lace there. Part of me is wondering, you know, I could get up under this one a little bit more. I'm going to cut one more little section off of this piece. And I'm going to put it up under there. Oh, we need glue. There. That way you can kind of see it up under there. It's really not necessary to go up that high, honestly. And this little bit, I'm just gonna press that back down. I'm gonna put this other piece up here on this section. And then I'm going to glue this back down. There we go. There. Okay, so I'm going to go around and I'm going to get the rest of these put on, and I will be back. Okay, so here we go. I got all of the creases done with this pretty pearl and rhinestone bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add this this decoration to right here to this center part of the pumpkin, if I can get it off of here in one piece. And this has a sticky back. Again, these are something that I get at my little shop. I think I'm gonna pick some of these things up, and I'm going to start stocking some of these little items that I use in my projects in my store, so that you guys can use them if, you know, if this is something that you want to do. You can use them on your projects, and you have a place where you can get them from. Hopefully I can get this on here right. I want to get the center pressed down first. And then I'll get these little bits on the edges and just kind of press them down. This is so pretty. I really love these embellishments. And actually, shoot, I've had these for such a long time, just sitting kind of waiting to have a project to use them on. And I really kind of don't know why I haven't used them by now, but I'm glad I didn't, because this is going to be really pretty. And I have one of these that I can put on my other pumpkin too if I decide to use it. But it really adds a nice bit of decor to the pumpkin. Okay, and then next I'm going to work with the string of pearls. And I know I have an end where there's a knot in the string somewhere. Wow, I can't find it. Where is it? So this is the string of pearls. It's actually quite long. And again, this is something that somebody sent me a long time ago that I haven't had the opportunity to use yet. And this pumpkin just seems like the perfect place to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and sort of tuck it in. I think I'm going to tuck it sort of under this little flower here, and that's where I'm going to start it from. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my hot glue up under this flower, a nice strong dollop, and I'm starting it where I know that little bit of string is. Whoopsies. So that I can hide that little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of try and take it like one side at a time, and I'm just going to kind of string it along. And I'm using the whole thing because I don't want to take it apart. Because it won't stay together. It's just on a piece of string, so I'm going to just use it all the way around. If it'll go all the way around. If it doesn't, then I'll use it for as far as I can get it to go. So I'm just tucking that in to where the stem is there. And let's see. Take this bit and go to right about there. So I'll tuck this piece up under this leaf right here. And again, I'm using a lot of glue to adhere these pearls to because I want them to stick really well. I don't want them to fall off. And right here, I think I'm going to do just kind of a little bit of a twisty bit of pearls right there. I'll lay that down. And so that you can kind of see what I'm doing, I'm just kind of bringing this bit over and I'm just going to twist it just kind of put a little bit of glue around the way that I want it to go. Make sure I get a good view of it. I'm just taking the string and I'm kind of pulling the pearls apart right there so that I can make it lay down a little bit better. I'll just put a little dot of glue under that pearl. And we're going to go maybe with one more twist. Yeah. Let me see, I have to turn this around and look at it, you guys, so that I can see that I'm not messing this up. There. Okay. I'm just going to try and hold this sort of the way I want it to go. And I'm going to follow my glue line. Just want to make sure I don't have a little bird's nest here. There we go, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just going to put another little line of glue right there. I want to kind of have this coming up into these flowers here. Right there. That one inside. There we go. There. And so that's what that looks like. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a bow out of this. This is just some, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a mesh, like what they use under skirts and things. I don't even know what it's called, you guys. I can't think of it. But that's okay. I'm just going to tie a small bow into this. And then I'm going to see if I can use some of that kind of mauve-y, rosy colored lace to put with it. And then I'm just going to kind of glue these bows sort of in place. So there's that one. And I'm going to cut the end here. And then I'm going to take this piece and sort of do the same thing. I'm going to cut the end, but I want to kind of angle the cut. Okay. And then we'll take these two pieces, kind of try and get them a little more even there. All right, and we'll do another bow. That one. And just trying to get this as pretty as I can. I'm just going to separate these two pieces. And this one's going to go behind the white one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take the bows and sort of put them right about there. I'm going to glue down, let me see. Yeah, I think that's going to be really, really pretty. So I'm going to glue down the mauve one first, or this dusty rose colored one. And I'm just going to put a whole bunch of glue on the back of that bow and stick it down near the stem. Okay. And then I'll take this little white one. I just want to kind of fluff it up a little bit. And this one's gonna go right in the center of that one. We're going to put it right there. And again, I'm going to add a whole bunch of glue and pop it right on top there. And I'm just going to press that down for a minute so that it sticks really, really well. And I'm super happy with this project, y'all. I really, really love it, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I had this pumpkin to sort of play with, and I'm thinking I've got these little, this ribbon here. Oops, this ribbon here, and I want to use it just a little bit of it. So I cut this one little flower out of it, and I'm just going to cut the mesh around it and find a little spot maybe in the center of that bow to press that into. And then I'm going to take one of these little tiny flowers. Let me see. Do I want to use that one? Yeah, I have only one of these little light pink and white mulberry roses. I'm going to take that and pop it right in the center of that flower I just glued down, sort of as a center to that flower. And it looks real pretty inside the middle of that bow. So that's what that looks like. So I think we are all done with this project, and what fun it was. I'm so glad that I was able to put this one together for y'all. That's the finished pumpkin. I'm gonna back out a little bit so you guys can see the whole thing a little bit better. So that's what we have. Came out super pretty. And I'll just turn the whole thing. But this is the front section, right? Can't figure out which direction I'm going. This is sort of the front section here. And there's all of our pretty flowers and everything. It really, really came out gorgeous, you guys. Thank you for joining me in this video. Oh, one more thing. Oh gosh, I did want to add a couple of rhinestones or these crystals into this. I wanted to make sure I had some of these in my lace. I'm just gonna real quick add a few of these around, and in order to do that I need my E6000. I saved those for last because I wanted to make sure that I didn't hide them or cover them because I don't want to waste them. So I'm just going to add a few of these around in a couple of spots. So I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm just going to put a couple of dots here and there. Want some with those pearls. Just going to kind of do this a little bit in the front of the pumpkin. Whoops, dropped that one. Well, my rhinestone picker doesn't seem to want to hold on to these right now. One there. I can only do a couple of these at a time because otherwise I forget where I put my glue. Goodness. I'm just going to scrape the end of my rhinestone picker off. Okay, I'm going to put one there. And there. And I want to put a couple of them around on that lace here because I think it will add that bit of sparkle. And I may end up going off camera and adding just a little bit of sparkle. I'm not sure. I kind of have to decide if I want to do that. Because actually these crystals add a lot to my pieces. They are so gorgeous. I can't even tell you guys. They have kind of a an AB. They're AB crystals, Aurora Borealis, and so they reflect, you know, a lot of color. A lot of colors kind of in them. I don't know if I got the right spot there. I don't think I did. There we go. Where else did I get that glue? There. But you can see, hopefully, what those add to this little lace piece. You can see the extra sparkle that they bring to it. But anyway, I may add a few more of these off camera, but I will post pictures at the end of the video, and you guys can see up close and personal what the final project looks like. But I really am happy with this. Thank you to everyone who has donated to me some of the items that are in this project. Thank you to Kiki's sale. Everybody get on over. I'm going to post a link to Kiki's sale so that you can go on over to her Facebook page and see some of the goodies that she's got over there for you to get. She does a sale once every couple of weeks, and it's generally 8 p.m. on a Saturday night, Central Time. Just so that you know, remember your time zones. And so it's usually around 8 p.m. Central Time. And you just kind of go along with all the pictures that she posts. And then you put a comment as to how many you want of each item. Make sure that you get there right at 8 o'clock, because some of her items, because of the popularity, go really, really fast. And it's first come, first serve. So get in there, really reasonable prices and really, really great stuff, you guys. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And Debbie has a heart of gold, and she's extremely trustworthy, and she just uses the money that she makes off of her shop to help. She fosters kittens or cats through the system to give them a home until a permanent home can be found, or many times she ends up keeping those cats for a lifetime. So anyway, get on over there, check out Kiki's sale, and enjoy, and join the group, and I hope to see you over there. Everybody take care, have a really blessed day. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And make sure you come back for future videos. Hit the notification bell and adjust your settings so that you will get notified when I do new videos. And again, thank you all for blessing me. For all of those who've been shopping in my Etsy shop, you have no idea how much it's been helping me and my family. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for watching all. Have a great day. God bless.